Hello everyone. I haven't posted a video for a while, I don't think. So I thought I'd post a quick one. I say quick, this is me, I never usually are, so I ramble on. But anyway, so it's Sunday, can't kind of believe that the weeks are just flying by. But firstly, how are you all? Has anybody been up to anything exciting this week? I can't say that I have, just the usual really. I'm finding it quite hard to have a carer in twice a day. I know that I need help, especially in the mornings with personal care, but I'm finding as I'm getting stronger, I don't feel the need to have 2 calls a day. So it's a discussion I'm going to have with my social worker, because I'm not really sure whether to reduce the amount of time that I have a carer for, because it's really hard, because you've got somebody who is coming into your personal space, and I don't mean this in a cool way. I mean, I love my main carer, my keeper, because she's absolutely amazing, you know. I absolutely love her to bits, but some other carers, I find it more invasive. It's, you know, they're invading my flat, not in a horrible way, but my personal space, and I don't feel that I can just be. And I think that's really important, to be able to just be. So I haven't been sleeping too well, so I wanted to just chill this morning and not kind of feel that I had to do something, or that I have to entertain the carer, because 3 hours is quite a long time, and if you've got nothing to talk about or nothing for them to do, it's a pretty boring call. An easy call for them, but I find it quite awkward, and that's when I find myself talking a load of rubbish, like I am now, to fill the time. But it's working out that balance between, is it safer to keep the hours? Is it better for my just well-being, you know, to have a bit more space, to have a bit more independence, to not feel that I have to constantly talk or try and find things for them to do. The one carer is really good. She will just get on and do things, and take me to the gym, which, if a carer doesn't drive, you know, you're stuck, and part of my routine is going to the gym. So I think it's really important that I bear in mind the hours that I want to spend and the days that I want to go to the gym. So I'm hoping to go to the gym tonight, because I cancelled this morning's call, but I've got the PM call, so I'm hoping to go to the gym this evening. But I wonder how others find having carers. I mean, I did rely on carers a lot initially. I think now that I'm past that stage of choking on food, although I have the odd episode where I'll start to choke on, it would just be some bread or something, but it's nothing like it was since being on some medication, and I'm finding, except for being, I'm not mobile. I mean, I use the gym equipment, but that's limited, and I'm not on my feet enough during the day. I rely on being in the wheelchair for safety, And if I'm not in the wheelchair, I'm maybe sat on the floor doing some art or something, but I'll be propped up with cushions and blankets, so that if I do have a seizure attack, I can fall back onto a soft landing. But I can't carry around a pillow and a duvet every time, to try and go out. So it's been a year now since I've lived in my flat. Do I call it home? I'm not really sure. I just call it my flat. I think I refer to home where my parents live, but I've forgotten what I was going to say now. About the carers. So I'm not really sure what to do. I'm not really sure what the right move is to do, whether to limit evening calls or limit morning or scrap AM or PM calls, just to give me that space that I can kind of think more clearly and think about things, and just do things without looking at the clock to see what time it is, and to see, how long do I have this carer for. So I've been really lucky to have good carers, and I think that's this discussion I will update you on once I've spoken to the SW, and we'll see where it goes from there, because next week is quite a busy week for me. I've got that appointment that I've been waiting for 15 months. I finally have next week, so I'm quite excited about it, a bit nervous. I'm not really sure what it's going to be like, but I'll be seeing a neuropsychiatrist, and I'm going to make a list of questions, and hopefully he'll have some answers. Really hope that something good will come out of it, because it's been such a long wait. You can't tell me that waiting 15 months is going to be just a quick hour of chit chat. I want it to lead somewhere. I want to get something from it, and I need answers. I don't want to be stuck in a wheelchair, and I don't want it to be limited by my seizures and just FND in general, and the symptoms that carries with it as well. So we'll just see, really. I'm trying to think of things that have come up this week. I think one thing for me that really stood out was how people's understanding of mental health still isn't at a stage where people know how to address it, or what to call it, or how to refer to something. And this example is just from a carer who I had to tell myself when she said it that she obviously didn't understand. It was just a bit of ignorance on her part. She obviously thinks that's what you say when you refer to a person who cuts. And she said, "Oh, there's somebody else who's a cutter." And I was a bit kind of taken back, thinking, cutter? I don't know if anybody else has been called that before, but it was very kind of interesting in a way, because a cutter, and you automatically, oh right, okay, you cut the grass, but a cutter, rather than, oh, she self-harms, or he self-harms, or whatever, and it was just that automatic in my kind of like head that thought, okay, you just referred to to people as a cutter. Anyway, it's interesting to see and to understand how other people view it. I think there's still a lot of ignorance around mental health. There's a lot of ignorance, you know. People don't get it, and I honestly think unless you can only truly understand if you've been through it. You know, you can't walk in somebody else's shoes. You can walk next to them, but you can't actually, you know, experience exactly what they're experiencing, because we experience things differently. And I don't think that is going to improve that stigma around mental health. I really don't think it's going to improve. I mean, I just can't see it changing. I thought that was something else that had that somebody had said. Oh no, it's to do with mental health. So I was out with a carer and we were outside having a coffee, and lots of people were walking through this cut through and little alleyway, and this one guy walked past and I heard him say, he looked at me and he said, I know it was you, I know you did it. And he just looked at me, and I didn't say anything. And then he said it again, I know it was you, I know you did it. And he's holding, I don't know, some paper or something, and I realised, okay, don't respond, don't engage, purely because I think this man was unwell mentally. He obviously thought either that I was somebody else, or, you know, who knows what's going on. And it could have ended up in a different scenario. Luckily, he just walked away and he didn't walk back through that alleyway. But it was a bit, I suppose it was a bit scary in the sense that, you know, anything could happen. And I'm just sat in a wheelchair thinking, hang on a minute, I haven't got anything to defend myself with and I can't get away quick enough. And I'll just put my carer in the way because she was nearer. But it was, I think some people might have retaliated and said, oh, what are you talking about? I haven't done anything. But I just thought the best thing to do was just to ignore. But I just thought it was quite sad, actually, that clearly the guy was struggling with something, and needed help. But I haven't got much I haven't got any exciting news really. It's been a bit of a boring one. Anyway, when I go to the gym, I'm going to focus on, my arms are getting quite bulky. So I might focus on my legs today. And I just hope that everyone can keep their fingers crossed for me for next week. And I'll give you an update about how it goes. So I'd be really grateful if you do keep your fingers crossed to me, guys. And I'll update you soon. Bye.